Alright, what's going on everyone? Welcome back to your favorite cyclist YouTube channel and this week's Bike Quick Talks. So this week we're going over something pretty simple contact point on the bike. A lot of people do have questions about, and really that's going to be your pedals. Well, what do I mean by your pedals? Well, you're going to have a couple different styles of pedals. The main two I'm going over today is going to be your basic flat pedals, and then of course your clipless pedals. So what's the difference there? What do we got going on? Well, first we're going to start with flat pedals. So this is my simple flat pedal. It does have the cage on here, which I'm going to talk about in a second. That came off of my Trek 3700 back here. So flat pedal, pretty much a standard pedal you're going to see on any kind of bike you buy. You get it from Walmart, Target, bike shop. Generally going to come with a standard pedal similar to this. Pretty much going to have a little bit of grips here, a little bit of grips here. You can ride it with any shoe you want to ride it with. Pretty simple, threads right onto your crank arm. Nice and simple design. This one here is kind of like a plastic material. I did a review on the Race Face Chesters that I put on my dirt jumper. Those ones are kind of like a plasticky material, a little bit stronger of plastic. Then actually have metal studs to them. And then of course they have a metal style, that's actually a full metal pedal you can get as well if you're looking for something like that. Now why are these great? You can ride with any shoe. You can just get on your bike and go. That's why they come on most bikes, especially when you're coming from a bike shop. You're just going to get these just because anybody can hop on and ride that bike. No issues at all. Now, let's talk about clipless pedals. So, clipless pedals, like this one here, it's actually a Shimano pedal. This one here, what does that mean? Well, you can see some design differences to it. Obviously, there's not a flat surface on each side for your shoe to just set on. They're a solid metal design on this one in this case. And they kind of have like jaws, it looks like here. So how do you ride this? Do you stick your foot out on there and it's just lighter, or what's the point of it? Well, with a pedal like this, you're going to need a similar shoe that's actually specific to a cycling application. So these are my cat-like MTB shoes here. These are actually set up for a Crank Brothers pedal, but essentially down here on the bottom you can actually see there's a cleat there. And that cleat is made to snap into this pedal and lock in place, and therefore keeping you attached to the bike. Now you might be going, why would I want to be attached to the bike? Well, one of the main benefits of a clipless pedal versus just a flat pedal is you actually get your power on the downward stroke where you'd be pushing like you would on any other pedal, but you can also pull up on the backward stroke, on the upward stroke. You can pull up with your shoe as well, therefore getting a power throughout the full circle versus just getting the power on the downward stroke. That's one benefit. Other benefit is you are attached to your bike. You're going with your bike wherever it goes. Now you might be like, well, is that kind of scary? Because what if my bike crashes? How am I going to get off my bike? Well, you are able to unclip. It's fairly simple. With clipless pedals, if you are looking to start getting into clipless pedals and you want to give them a shot, I recommend trying these Shimano pedals out. I'll post a link in the description below to these. Very simple. There's actually adjustments where you can adjust your pretty much release tension on here so you can get out easier or tighter. They also have a bunch of different cleats with different release angles as well. I can go into that in a different video. But that's what I recommend, is pair these Shimano pedals and really just go ride around your block, because you're going to fall. Trust me. I've done it myself when I learned. You're going to fall. So don't give up. You're going to fall when you first try, but once you start riding them, I love riding them as much as I do. Now, are there certain riding styles where you probably want a certain pedal and probably want a different pedal? Sure. Like for instance, on my dirt jumper, I run my flat pedals. That's because I'm doing tricks in the park, getting on and off continually. If I crash, I want to get off that bike as soon as possibly can. So that's why I ride flat pedals on my dirt jumper. Now my mountain bike, road bike, pretty much the rest of my bikes, mountain bikes and road bike, are on clipless pedals. Now I ride cross country mainly, so really I'm on the bike for a long period of time, and having that extra upward stroke makes a big difference to me. Along with that, clipless shoes tend to have a little bit firmer of a sole to them, so they don't flex like a normal shoe would. So it kind of make sure you're getting all your pressure into the pedal stroke as you go. So as for cross country and road bike, where really you're just doing long distances and not really unclipping from your bike a lot or getting off of your bike a lot, clipless pedals are a nice way to go. That's why you see them on a lot of road bikes, and you see them on a lot of mountain bikes. Now, if you're doing full downhill or free riding, yeah, you probably want to bail pretty quickly. So a lot of those guys you're going to see riding just basic flat pedals. So those are going to be your two main differences there, flat pedals versus clipless pedals. If you guys have any questions, let me know down in the comments below. I'd be glad to answer any questions you guys have. And we'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching today.